Welcome back, guys. On this video we're going to do an introduction of measurement, guys. A lot of people are more uncomfortable with this topic of measurement, and I promise you, after watching this playlist, you're going to get absolutely everything and understand absolutely everything in measurement. So according to my research, I found that the most important fundamental thing that you need to know about measurement is to first differentiate between the 2D object and the 3D object. So when we talk about the 2D object, we talk about the object whereby you can be able to see the front part and also the back part of the object. For example, let me just use this example, this paper here. You see this paper, we can be able to see the front part and also the back part of this kind of paper. So this is the type of an example of what? Of a 2D object. So when we talk about a 3D object, we talk about the object whereby you can be able to see what is inside and what is outside of that kind of an object. For an example, I will use this can as an example, guys. Don't mind the can, just focus on the example. So you see this can, I can be able to see, you see this hole, I can be able to see what is inside this and what is outside this kind of an object. So this is the type of example of what? Of a 3D object, So let's just practice using this kind of drawings, these examples to differentiate between a 3D and a 2D object so that we can be able to understand this in more details. So starting from number one, this is a cube actually. So is this cube a 2D or a 3D object? Obviously, you can see that this one is a what? Is a 3D object because you can be able to see the inside part and also the outside part of it. So number one is a 3D object. So going to the number two, which is the triangle. Actually, a triangle. This triangle is what? It's a 2D object. Why is it a 2D? It's because we can be able to see the front part and also the back part of it. This is the type of a triangle. Is it clear? Yeah, is it clear? You can see, I can be able to see the front part and also the back part. So this is a 2D object. So the number two is the 2D object, So going to number three is a cycle. This cycle also is what? Is a 2D object. Why? Is because I can be able to see the front part and also the back part. So number three is also what? A 2D object. So going to number four, which is the cylinder, So this cylinder, is it a 2D or a 3D object? If we can pay close attention here, we can be able to see the top part, which means that it has an inside part, and also the outside part. So this is the type of example of what? Of a 3D object. So this one is going to be from here as the 3D object. So going to the last one, which is a rectangle actually. So this one obviously is going to be a 2D object. Why? Is because you can be able to see the front part and the back part only. So this one is going to be a 2D object. So I'm going to end this video here so that I may not confuse you more. On my next video, I'm going to introduce the difference between an area and a volume of what? Of any object. So see you on my next video. Sharp.